Greetings, everyone. This video is for 11th graders who are going to be taking the CAASPP state test this year in math. And I want to give you the opportunity to try some practice within the system so you can get more familiar with how the test is going to look and feel and some of the features that you'll have access to during the test. You could watch this video and see some of those things, or you could do what I'm going to describe for you and try it out for yourself. So if you just open up a browser, uh, and then we're going to type in CAASPP. Now there's two A's in CAASPP. There's two P's. So it sometimes autofills. And then you want to type in CAASPP practice test. And again, it's CAASPP and then practice test. And when you type that in, the first thing that'll come up is an online practice and training test portal right here. So you'll click on that, and you'll have essentially three buttons here. You want to use the button on the right. Okay, this is the student interface practice and training tests right here. So you'll click on this one, click on the one on the right, it lights up with that green color. It's going to open up a new tab for you. And you're just going to log in as a guest to give this a try. So leave it, guest user on, guest session. They won't know it's you. And none of the practice that you do here will have any negative consequences for you because you're just logged in as a guest. So click sign in. It's also going to take you through some of the tests that you need to do when you start the system and make sure you're doing things correctly and you have the technology set up correctly. So first thing you're going to do is select your grade, and this is for 11th graders. And right at the top here, you have Smarter Balanced practice tests. Now, the top two are for English language arts. That's why this is ELA. The second two are for math. You have the practice test here, and then you have the performance task. There are other training tests down over here that you're welcome to try, and you have 99 tries at it if you'd like. We're going to try this one right here. Start high school math practice test. This is opportunity 1 of 99. I'm not even sure they count those. Now you can adjust the language of the presentation. I'm going to keep it in English. Basically, you don't really need to touch any of the features here. It's already pre-set up the way you're going to want to keep it. But you can scroll down and read through and make sure if you have any questions, you can ask your teacher. Then just press select right here on the left. And it's going to load this. And when you're taking the test, you're going to have your audio on, and it's going to be able to need to be able to play back some videos. So you're going to click play right here. And you should hear some sound. Now on mine, because of, I'm just recording right now, I can't hear the sound because of the way my headphones are set up, so I can record this video for you. But you should hear some sound and you should see some animation happening. If you don't, click this one over here. I'm going to click that I could hear it because I was doing this before I set up the headphones and it did work, so I know it would work for me. And then after you press that, you're going to press continue. If you want to go edit any of those settings, you can click the view test settings, but we don't need to. If you need any help, you can click the view help guide, and feel free to look at that as much as you need before the test. Then you're going to click begin test now. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole test with you. I'm not even going to try to get correct answers. I'm just going to show you some of the things that come up and some things to be aware of, okay? So if you look on the upper left-hand corner here, I don't know if this is exactly built for the main test that you're going to take. It's very similar, but they might have updated a few things just slightly. So if it looks slightly different, don't panic. Just work your way through it. When you've answered a question, you're going to click next up in the upper left-hand corner here, and that'll tell the system to move you on. But you can't click next until you actually answer the question, okay? If I don't have an answer at all, it won't let me move forward. So I have to put some answer in there. You have a save button, you have a pause button, like say you have to run to the restroom or something like that. You don't want to communicate with whoever's proctoring the test, giving you the test, and tell them what's going on. But that's the pause button, okay? And it looks like it logged me back out. That's okay. We'll get back into it. Just takes a moment. They're going to make me do all this stuff again. I apologize for that. But you can see me run through everything one more time. Begin test now. I'm not going to hit the pause button again. I probably should have hit no instead of yes, but I didn't read. I was too busy talking to you. Now over here in the upper right, they have some features where you could zoom in. Say you want to look, you can't quite read it, then you want to zoom in, you can zoom in, or you want to zoom out because something's off the screen. They actually have a line reader also, so this will allow you to have the line read to you. Again, my audio is not working for this recording, so that's not going to work for me now. So then you'll do the math, and whichever one is correct, you'll select, or whichever one you think is correct, that's the one you'll select, and then you'll click next. And then you'll read that question, you'll answer it, and then you'll click next. Now notice that there is no graphing calculator yet. In the upper right hand corner here, you're going to see a graph button come up. So you'll have access to a graphing calculator on certain questions, and it'll come up over here on the upper right hand corner where my cursor is when you do. Sometimes you're going to have to enter in expressions. So when you simplify the things, you're going to have to type them in. So for instance, there's 3x squared plus 2x squared, which is 5x squared, minus 1x squared, which is 4x squared. So I type in 4x. Now to get the exponent, I'd click this box right here, and then I'll move the cursor up a little bit so I can type in an exponent. Now I'm going to arrow over to the right here, so I'm no longer in the exponent, so I can continue. Now I have 2y squared plus y squared, which is 3y squared minus 3y squared. So I get 0y squared. Negative 3x minus 2 plus negative 2x is negative 5x. Minus x is negative 6x. So minus 6x. And that's my answer. And if I make a mistake, I'm not going to know it right now, but I'm going to click next. Some questions have you manipulate things. So it says, we were going to draw a transversal that will create two pairs of alternate exterior angles. And I'm not even going to read the whole question here. If you click on the arrow button, you can do this. You could draw an arrow through here like this, or you can click none if that doesn't happen. If you need to delete something, you click delete, and then you click on it, and it'll go away. And then you click on the arrow. Again, if you want to draw it differently, something like this, and then so forth. And I'm going to click none for that one. Whoops. I didn't turn the arrow off. See, it's still depressed. So I got to click this over here. I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to go click on this button way over here so I can click none. I'm not even trying to be correct right now for you guys. You should read through this yourself. I'm just trying to show you some features. Moving over here, we're going to answer this one. No graphing calculator yet. Next. And then I got to enter something in over here. So we want a sine of b, which is 21 over 29. If I want a fraction, I'm going to click this right here, and then I'll type in 21, and I'll type in 29. Oops, down here, and our arrow over. And then I can click on any question if I wasn't sure about the answer, and I want to go back and check it or look at it again, because after I go on to the next section, I can't come back to any of these 6. So I can click directly on number 4 if I want to go back and look at number 4 again. But if I'm happy with them, I'm going to hit next, and I'm going to move on. And it reminds me, I can't undo this. I got to make sure this is what I want to do. I can't go back and look at those questions again. All of a sudden, if I say, wait, I know how to answer that question now, it's too late. All right, so I was a little bit off earlier. It doesn't say graphing up here, but it says calculator up in the corner now that I can use a calculator. So if I click on the calculator button, it will load a Desmos style calculator. It actually is from Desmos, and you can move it around. And then you can type in here whatever you might need. If you need to graph something, you can type in, y equals x, and it'll graph the line y equals x. But if you just need to do a calculation, like say you want to do 3 plus 4, just type in 3 plus 4, and it'll give you 7. Or if you want to multiply, 27 times, then you can use the little star button, shift 8, 27 times 19, it'll do that for you also. If you want to raise something to an exponent, 5, and then hit shift 6, and it'll put it as an exponent. And then you can put, to the 3rd power. You can also use their keypad right here, and you can type in, and you have lots of different features and functions available to you. Hopefully your teacher's gone through this with you a little bit. For this one, you got to drag stuff over. You want it to, be rational. Again, I'm not reading all of these. I'm just putting down a quick answer so I can move on. You get the point, I hope. And then you just keep going through and just keep practicing. A couple other little things here. If you click on the three bars right here, let's say I don't have a good answer for this question and I'm going to put one down for now and I want to come back to it at the end of the section. I can click mark for review. And now that question, if you see right here, is marked for review, which means at the end, it'll have a little mark by it and I'll be able to say, oh yeah, I want to go back and look at that one. It's a reminder at the end of the section that, hey, I want to look at this one again because I wasn't quite sure of the answer at first. There's also a notepad feature right here where if I want to take any notes, if I want to make, I had a thought about this question. I wasn't sure if it's right, so I'm going to type my thought down here. So distance equals rate times time or something like that. I want to remember that when I come back to it, save and close. And so now I got a notepad, a note saved in my notepad. If I want to come back to it, it's right there. And then I'll have it so I don't forget it when I by looking at the other questions. Again, there's more things to do here. I'm going to click in the boxes here. Like there's 265, so I'm going to click 2 here and so forth. But I'm not going to do all this. I'm not even trying to be correct. And that's those are some of the features that you have. Again, we can zoom in, we can zoom out. I accidentally hit the question, so it's the help guide, the question mark, so it gives me a help guide up there, which you could use to figure some things out if you get stuck. Always ask your teacher if needed. Also, there's a strike through. That's right, I almost forgot about that. Let's say I know this is not going to be the correct answer here, so I could strike through that one as I'm trying to eliminate. I don't think this one's going to be the right answer either, so I'm going to strike through those so that I'm trying to eliminate my choices. And now maybe if I have to guess, I'm only guessing between 2 answers instead of guessing between all 4. My chances hopefully will go up if I've eliminated some wrong answers from the answer choices. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to expose you to some of the features and things to look out for when you're taking your math CAASPP state test this year. If you have any questions, please reach out to your math teacher. They will give you the support that you need. And if they don't have an answer to your question, they'll reach out to me and then I'll get you an answer as soon as I can. My name is Mr. Francis. And if you want to reach out to me, you can do that as well. Just go to the Dawn page and look up under the math department, Mr. Francis, and send me an email. Have a great day, everyone, and do your best on the test.